he interrupts me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God. I should have brought Nee out for this one. I really got to make more of an effort here. I know we got the little ones, and you guys are missing her on here. I really have to do this. But, when everybody's got the sniffles and it's like who has COVID, who doesn't, and then you find out nobody does, it just kind of feels like Al Capone's fault, like there was nothing in there. All right, he interrupts me. Dear Billy Motorboating Burr, I've been with a guy for... What does motorboater mean? For me, that was when you fucking made that noise between some chick with big tits when I was a kid. What does it mean now? Are you also saying that I run my yap and talk too much? Because there's a lot of people that would agree with you. Anyway, I've been with a guy for over 6 years now, and he is a wonderful blue-eyed, blue-collared man with a big heart. I am, however, struggling with his terrible habit of blatantly interrupting me when we talk to each other. All right, wait a second. Is this my wife trolling me? It feels like it's written by her. In recent years, I have realized that his father is actually worse and that it's more likely where he got the habit from. His father raises his voice and talks over his wife while she's in mid-sentence. Oh, God. I grew up with that. While that may be okay with her, my Puerto Rican ass can't stand it. Oh, my God. Yeah. All right. If we're going with stereotypes, Irish people drink, Yeah, Puerto Rican girls. Yeah, they're not the kind of women you want to piss off as far as my brief period of living just adjacent to Spanish Harlem. It makes me feel like he's just waiting for his turn to speak, and my boyfriend is not really taking in what I'm saying. Well, that's exactly what you should be feeling. You're also Puerto Rican, so you have like a 90% chance of being drop-dead gorgeous, so why are you putting up with this? I have pointed this out, which is what are you saying? Ugly women should put up with more? I mean, well, that's how it works as an ugly guy. Welcome to the putting up with more camp. I have pointed this out so many times that today I told him to look up some articles on it because his habit has not changed much in the last 2 years. He does this more when he's anxious, and since COVID, he's pretty much anxious all the time. Do you have any suggestions on how I can improve setting boundaries or how we talk to each other? I have suggested therapy or some sort of medication in the past, but this stubborn Irish man won't do it. I swear to God. If you said you were a black woman, I'd be like, this is my wife writing in. He is a gem of a man, but this habit is frustrating. You're my favorite comic, and I appreciate you taking the time to read this. And you're a sweetheart. Love from, all right. I never say what people are from. Well, I have learned that you can't change somebody. They have to want to change, which is not new advice. But you also don't have to put up with it. What I do and what I have found that works is going for a walk. When the person you're with is in the wrong and they're just in an emotional place where they're not capable of saying that they're wrong, which I do all the time, more than my wife. But when my wife does it, look at me protecting the peace of the home. I do it more than she does, bowing down to you. Women are more No, she does it just as fucking much as I do. All right? But I'm quicker with the apologies. I think just because I'm louder. It's just so obvious that I'm wrong. I go for a walk. I go out to my garage. I just play drums, and I just sort of like, I just bring the energy way down. I'm not that fun person to live with anymore. I'm here. I'm not leaving, but I'm not fucking, And it's just like, you just have to, there's a way to do it to hold them accountable. When somebody is interrupting and talking over you, like, how are you going to discuss this with them anyways? It's going to make you more frustrated. So what you do is you just take your ball and you go home. I would just be, oh, you're going to interrupt. Okay, well, I'm not, okay. And just leave. Where you going? Well, I'd answer you, but you'd interrupt me like you just did. All right, and you just fucking leave. I would just do that. And I would just sort of, I don't know, try to make like a game out of it. And maybe by doing that, the person will realize how much they're doing it. This is a half-court shot, if not a full-court shot. I think that's what you're up against is a really tough thing. But you also said he's a gem of a guy. So my thing is, are you also... No, I can't say you're doing the woman thing where you're just going to find something. You're just going to find something. Like that's the big thing with them is you always have to be working on something while they can just continue to be who they are. So they're molding you so they don't have to adjust themselves at all. It's really fucked up is what it is. But what you're complaining about here, I grew up with, which is unbelievably fucking annoying. And probably one of the many reasons of my layers of anger that I'm trying to work my way through. So hopefully your gem of a boyfriend will hear you. Maybe you could write him a letter, an email. I guess letters are old school. Yeah. You can try different techniques, but I don't think any of it involves actually sitting down and discussing something. You can't discuss... I mean, that's like a sketch. I need to sit down and discuss how much you interrupt me as the person interrupts you. So I would do that. You got to go more like passive aggressive, which is not something that I like to do, but I feel like passive aggression works in relationships if you're trying to avoid arguing with each other. You don't even have to be passive aggressive. You can just say, okay, you interrupt, and I would just talk as he continues to talk. You interrupt all the time. I've told you I don't like it, so I just made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to listen to it anymore because it drives me up the wall. So I'm going for a walk. I'll see you later. And then that's it. And just leave him in the quiet of where you live. All right? And he'll walk around. Fuck, I wasn't interrupted. He's going to talk to himself. And then eventually, he's going to feel how empty that place feels without you and your wonderful spirit. And then that's going to make him pause and think. And then, you do that about 5,000 to 10,000 times, and that gradually the change will happen. But other than that, it sounds like you got a great guy, but that is super fucking annoying. You know what I always wish I had? A chip clip. When somebody would, don't you think? They were talking over you and just fucking clip it right on their fucking lips. Just clip it and you'd be like, I'm talking. I could sell those for fucking $19.99 at night, right?